Unironically, don't click away yet. Unironically, and I mean this with all my heart, this movie is culturally important.
Not.
There is no not. There is no not. That is unironically. That is my feeling about this movie.
Welcome back.
Or welcome to.
Or welcome to full-time movie fans.
Why'd you click on this one first?
Yeah, we got a lot of videos up right now, and if
this is not welcome back for you, maybe seek therapy.
Yeah, if this is the first one, maybe watch some other ones first. No, you know what? We're glad you're here either way. If this is your first,
maybe this is therapy.
Maybe this is the first one, or maybe this is your, I don't know what episode we're on, 50th or something by now, 40th. I don't know.
Sure,
we'll see. I haven't done the math, but we're glad you're here either way. So
it's already recommending we watch Kazam. So that's pretty cool.
Of course, we're gonna do Kazam at some point.
That's next.
Next episode. No, look, if you don't know what we're about, it's just this is casual conversation, our personal thoughts and reviews on certain movies. I mean, we're not doing crazy deep dives. I mean, sometimes we get deep, but we wait in the shadows with.
We're doing a deep dive today.
Okay, today's the deep dive
I don't know if we're doing
episode.
A deep dive today.
But sometimes, but it's pretty casual. You know what I mean?
You know, it is a deep dive. This movie, which was sponsored by Dropbox. How do you keep your information safe and secure with an encrypted storage app called Dropbox? That's right.
We're not actually sponsored on this.
No, the movie is. The movie is sponsored.
The movie is sponsored. Yes.
You know what else sponsored the movie? Just Dance, the app. Download it on your phone. Just Dance. It'll be okay.
Now this is
there's
a chance to pause the video and try to guess what movie we're talking about because we haven't mentioned it yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't look at the title of the video, but also or the thumbnail possibly, maybe not the
Close your eyes
description.
when you do that.
Yeah, just click on the video and guess for a couple minutes.
So what movie are we talking about today? Oh, by the way, this is Michael. He is host. I'm also host of the Full-Time Movie Fans video podcast on YouTube.
You can refer to me as the crying with laughter emoji.
And you can just equate me with the sad depression emoji.
Oh. Jailbreak. So before we get too far into this, I do want to say that that I do firmly believe at this point that there is a really solid scale of whether or not a movie is going to be good. And I'm going to now refer to it as, I'm coining this phrase just for the podcast, the James Corden scale. You like it? You like it already?
I mean, sure. James Corden, I don't know.
If a movie has James Corden in it, bad immediately.
Yes. There's quite a few.
Yeah. Hard stop. This movie's bad, right? We're not gonna. I'm not gonna sit here and try to gaslight anybody into thinking this movie was good. I think Jarvis can agree the movie was not good. But I from my intro, culturally significant, and I mean it, and we'll get to it. I really do mean that. It's very important, and we'll get there.
Okay, so then I guess
stay towards the end is what I'm gonna say, because not only for viewer retention purposes, but because I actually mean it. There is a purpose to my madness here.
I'm actually very curious about this.
And you should subscribe so that you can get to that point, because it probably won't be this episode.
Yeah, I'm actually very curious about this as well. Like,
I have not told you.
No, you haven't.
I have not. I'm keeping you in the dark.
To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm going to have to stay tuned till the end of the episode to find out. So I'm going to be here till the end to just like the rest of you guys to figure out what you have to say about it.
People don't know. Jarvis typically likes to walk away halfway through the videos, and we just put him in post.
Yeah,
so he doesn't normally stay.
Is CGI.
Yeah,
it's a what's it called?
It's a
not voiced over. What do they call that in the movie biz?
Oh, ADR.
Yeah,
automatic dialogue replacement.
Yeah.
Where you come in after and you put it in post.
Yeah, like something was wrong with the audio and you have to re-record it.
Yeah, that's ADR.
Yep. So that's what
you learned something new today.
That's what we do.
That's not the twist, by the way. This is not.
No. I wish I could have ADR'd watching the freaking movie itself.
So do you want to go first on your impressions, or should I?
I mean, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't have a lot to say. When it comes to my my feelings about the movie. So really,
let me start by saying I recommended us watch this movie, and
Yes,
I
also
recommended
wanna
it
make
from
that
the
very-
beginning, and he's tried to dodge it multiple times.
I also want to make that very clear. I think there's actually an episode where I said I would never watch that movie, and
here we are.
You made me watch it.
Here we
So
are.
for an episode that nobody asked for, by the way, nobody.
I asked
put
for
in the
it.
comment. You asked for
I
it.
asked for it.
Nobody in the comments asked for it. None of you guys were wanting to us to just get to this episode. There was no.
You aren't
rush
the
on
only
it.
person, by the way, that I have tried to get to watch the Emoji Movie and has refused to watch it. I went as far as buying them a copy for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then we went through like a 6-month period of like putting it into each other's cars in secret.
Yeah, you told me that story, and I wish that I didn't watch this movie. Is what I have to say. You know what? No, I think
That my friend
so-
was right for not watching it.
I agree, yes. So here's what I'll say about it: is that this movie has been done before, and it's been done better. And I think what I told you after I watched it was, after I watched the Emoji Movie, I had to get the bad taste out of my experience, my brain. I had to watch Wreck-It Ralph, which is the more better.
It is the
much
better version. And
of the movie.
On the same note, I remember when Ralph Breaks the Internet came out, and people were talking shit, saying that it was like a corporate cash grab and that they were promoting like too many sponsors or whatever. They definitely did not see the Emoji Movie because, oh my god, Ralph Breaks the Internet was a phenomenal movie. I don't feel like it was very pushy about branding or anything. It was just like references.
Yeah.
The Emoji Movie is like what? How long is this movie?
It's a giant billboard.
It's a hour and a half long
Pop-up
billboard.
ads.
It's one of those
an
digital
hour-
billboards that keep on flashing the different things.
Well, it changes every so often.
With James Corden.
Yeah.
As we've learned, that means that it's not a good movie.
Yeah, and so literally yes. So after I watched it, this is not. I'm not making a joke. I'm not trying to be funny. I literally, as soon as the Emoji Movie was over, I was like, I need to watch Wreck-It Ralph right now, because I don't want to. I don't want to go to bed with a bad experience. I want to go to bed happy. I want to go to bed with joy in my heart. I want to go to bed with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
And so after watching the Emoji Movie, I watched Wreck-It Ralph, and then I went to bed peacefully and happily. So that's what I'd say about it. I mean, to be honest with you, since full-time movie fans, I'm leaning on Michael for the heavy lifting on this episode.
Is this the first movie that you've watched that you would be like, oh, absolutely don't watch this?
No, Rise of Skywalker is probably at the top of one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
On the scale, where does the Emoji Movie hit? Is it better or worse?
So on a scale of, because this is a scale we use, right? So far for the movies we've done, Rise of Skywalker being the worst, Everything Everywhere All at Once being the best.
Yeah.
So if I had to put a movie on the scale, I would put the Emoji Movie probably definitely after Last Night in Soho, which we just did, and literally directly behind The Rise of Skywalker.
So a little worse.
No,
little
like The
better.
Rise of I mean,
A little bit better.
the margins are so thin, paper thin. But I really do not like.
So the complete abolishment of a beloved franchise, and then the Emoji Movie.
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot spend enough time talking about how much I dislike and all the reasons why The Rise of Skywalker is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And then right next to that, probably the Emoji Movie.
Okay. Solid. So I saw this movie in theaters opening day.
Man, dude.
Opening day.
How do you walk out of that movie and not demand a refund from the theater?
Because it was so bad, I was speechless. It was actually in the movie theater. I remember there was a big like online meme about the Emoji Movie coming out. If anybody else remembers Jack's Films or watches Jack's Films at that time, it was 2017. He was like every video, the end of it was like, I'm so excited to see the Emoji Movie. It's gonna change cinema as we know it. Unironically, it kind of did in its own special way, and we'll get to that. Stay tuned. I will get to that. I promise you the payoff's worth it. It will make absolute sense. I will change this man's mind about this movie needing to exist as a whole. Yeah, I promise you will have some sort of love for this movie by the end of us sitting down talking about it.
The only love I have for this movie is how much I love to hate on it.
Exactly. And that will change.
Okay.
You will have something definitively to love about it. Sybil doesn't know about it. You don't know about it. You at home, you don't know about it yet. You will. This is going somewhere, I promise. Saw this movie in theaters, opening day, because of the meme of Jack's Films being like, this is going to be the best movie to ever happen. It's going to be so good. I sat there expecting to have like a, haha, it's so bad, it's funny kind of laugh. Did not happen once in that whole movie. Failed every time. It was, I'm not going to lie to you. I have not watched it again. Everything that I'm going to say is coming from my memory of seeing it in theaters. Within 5 minutes, there is a joke about the shrimp emoji being thrown onto a Barbie. That's the kind of like comedy that we're working on here. It's very like, this did not work. I will say, Sybil did watch this movie outside of me, and she was possibly inebriated while watching it, and said she had a great time, which makes sense.
You'd have to be.
Which makes sense.
Yes.
Because there's parts of your brain that could like disassociate while the weird bad things are happening. So I will say, don't watch this movie. There's no point in watching this movie at this point. At this point, being keyword spoilers. If anybody can see what I'm alluding to, in theaters, I'm happy to have given it its money. I'm happy to have been a part of this for very specific reasons that I will get to later. Again, will not recommend this movie. Bad movie. Fails to hit any mark at all. James Corden in the movie, bad movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all. Time. That's pretty much all there is to say about it.
See James Corden, immediately do not.
It is a T.J. Miller joint, which Jarvis, why don't you let everybody know what you know of T.J. Miller?
T.J. Miller is a guy who I think he's actually pretty funny. I think he's a funny person. I feel like he's, the kind of person that you could have a good time with, make jokes with, and, have a decent time hanging out with. I only really know him from Deadpool.
He's also in Silicon Valley, which is a TV series.
Never seen it.
He's also in...
Also never seen
Cloverfield.
Oh, I have seen it.
And Big Hero 6.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah, he's the rich dude with the monster suit.
Fred.
With all the tech in it.
Yeah, Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool in that.
Yeah.
But
and Tony
I hadn't seen Cloverfield in so long, but Big Hero 6, I literally almost watched that the other day.
Whoa.
But
you want to hear something crazy that I just learned about?
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts. I don't remember this, but the writer-director for the Emoji Movie was a storyboard artist for Shrek.
That's surprising because Shrek is really good.
And The Prince of Egypt, which was also pretty good.
Yes.
And Kronk's New Groove. He wrote Kronk's New Groove. He wrote Lilo and Stitch 2. He wrote Kung Fu Panda, The Secrets of the Masters.
Okay.
Directed Igor. Home on the Range.
Yeah, these are all some pretty...
The Road to El Dorado.
Some pretty basic...
The Lion King 2.
The Road to El Dorado is pretty good. I do like that. But
Shrek, that was kind of crazy.
Shrek is great.
That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Shrek is great. T.J. Miller, yeah, I liked his character in Big Hero 6. I literally almost watched that the other day. I want to say something. I was literally looking at movies to watch, and since I knew that we were recording yesterday, I saw that the Emoji Movie was free on one of the apps or something.
As it should be.
I literally I was like, maybe I should rewatch it so that it's fresher in my brain for this. And I immediately said no and put something else on.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. I blame you.
You should.
For making me watch
You
it.
absolutely should.
In the first place. Look, hey, full-time movie fans, if you ever in your life for a moment doubt that you're not cared for or loved, I want you to know that you are, because I watched the Emoji Movie for you. So there you go. Because otherwise, I would never have watched this movie.
He did do that.
I did this for you, believe it or not, and maybe you're never going to watch it, but if you hopefully you'll watch this episode. Just know that I did this for you. I wouldn't have done it any other way.
You want me to? I'm gonna throw some statistics at you.
Okay, hit me,
and then we'll talk about this
with
plot.
The statistics, bro. Is that
this is also important, and I do want to say this is important. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep everybody involved in this. Right? This all has a purpose. This all has a point. This movie's budget $50 million, which is fairly low for an animated movie.
Wait,
$50 million.
Oh, quick question. Who made this movie? Who's the studio?
Sony Entertainment. Also very important.
Yeah.
You're leading me to an important thing that you don't even know about. Sony Entertainment, Sony Animation Studios, they're the ones who created the Emoji Movie. $50 million, low budget for a movie. Profited, grossed $217 million. Very high. So 4 times return on their investment. They made $150 million off this movie. Very important, very important. We'll get there later. This is also has a world record for the fastest made animated movie.
Yeah.
In all of animation history.
Can you confirm this for me? Because what I heard was Sony was, they're like, it was one of those trends that they're like, okay, all these movies, animated movies with these types of themes are very hot right now. We need to get something in the ring to battle against these. And
there's something more nefarious going on than that, but
yeah, so
it's kind of
okay, and that was part of the motivation for making the movie, was getting something out there. I thought I heard that this was like also a last ditch effort to like just be in the space at all, like have like that type of animated movie. I don't know.
Sweet baby boy, you're getting there. You're hearing some rumors that are kind of on the edge of what's going on here. And I will say I'm not this isn't confirmed. I'm taking context clues and I'm putting it into context.
Yeah.
And showing the people what I see.
But at the end, right? So that you need to watch.
But at the end, yeah. So we're gonna talk about the plot, right? And then we're gonna get to the importance of this movie because the plot is important. This one, ironically, does have a moral and a meaning and a purpose. Sadly enough, it also takes its sweet time getting there, with 20 minutes spent in the Just Dance app.
Right. So we have T.J. Miller. He's our main character.
Mm-hmm. Gene. Which by the way, weird thing already. His name is Gene, but all of the other emojis are named after their emoji name. So we have Gene, who is this emoji going through an existential crisis and doesn't know what face he's supposed to be making. And then you got James Corden, whose name is High Five because he's the high five emoji. You have Anna Faris playing Jailbreak, who is a goth emoji. That doesn't exist.
I love Anna Faris. I think she's great.
You got Maya Rudolph, who is our villain, Smiler,
she's funny.
the smiley emoji. Then you have Mel Meh, Mary Meh, which are just the meh faces. Patrick Stewart, Sir Patrick Stewart.
Wow. Yeah.
Which is the poop emoji. There's just like
how unfitting.
Yeah.
Because he is not a stinky pile of poo.
Right.
He is a gem.
Well, you know that everybody who said yes to this was there for the bag and nothing else.
Bag of what?
Of money.
Oh.
All of the money they could possibly get.
For the money bags emoji?
This is actually such an in-depth synopsis that I might as well use it. You know, because it goes very in-depth. Hey man, I'm getting this off of the IMDb page.
Yeah, this is almost your episode, so...
So... I'm going to read it verbatim, all right? I know almost never do this because I think it's fun doing the, like, we kind of remember, don't remember the plot. But this one's so, like...
Yeah, this is... So, guys, if you haven't figured this out...
It's so weird.
If you haven't figured this out, this is very... We try to keep it very realistic and casual. We don't write out a script. We barely talk about our reaction to the movie before.
But and this is a special need.
We kind of come in and just kind of... wing it, so to speak. We have a
Yeah.
little bit of structure, but we have a lot of flexibility within it.
This is a special purpose, though.
So this is different.
And
This
we
is
have to
very
get to a very
special.
important note at the end of this. So I want to make sure that we got this. It's
Keep
very
talking about the
pointed.
end. Keeps talking about the end of it. We're gonna gotta wait to get
You
there.
have to watch till the end. I promise you. It's not really all the way at the end, but like I promise you, it'll be
Towards
worth
the
it.
end, okay.
There's a bigger picture that people don't see here. Anyways, I'm gonna read it verbatim. Spoilers ahead, by the way, if you care, which you should. The film starts with a bunch of high school students walking around, all immersed in their smartphones. We all travel inside of a world of a smartphone belonging to a freshman named Alex, voiced by Jake T. Austin, of Wizards of Waverly Place fame. He is what's his name in that show? What? Okay, never mind. He's the brother in Wizards of Waverly Place. Max, thank you. She wasn't paying attention. The emojis live in a city of Textopolis, and each of them performs the same function they were designed for, which is being an emoji. Gene, voice of TJ Miller, is supposed to be a meh emoji like his parents, Mel and Mary. Voiced by Stephen Wright and Jennifer Coolidge, which, again, all of these people here for the bag.
I hope it's a big bag because sheesh.
Yeah, me too. But unlike all the other emojis, Gene has multiple expressions and feelings, which made him something of an outsider, because feeling emotions makes you weird.
Weirdo.
Gene is set for his first day as an official emoji, despite his parents not having much confidence in him. He goes to the station where he meets Smiler, voiced by Maya Rudolph, head of the text center, who was the original emoji, because she was the emoticon smiley face. That's the... Yeah.
Yeah.
As we all know, the history of emojis.
Yeah, what's it? The little...
Yeah, the colon parenthesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Back in the T9 days.
Among other popular emojis are the devil emoji, fist bump emoji, flamenca, and even the poop emoji. All of them stand in cube. Oh, the cube. All of them stand in cube, where they are scanned and sent to Alex's phone. In the human world, Alex gets a text from his crush, Addie. Alex and Addie. Very
Man, I'm
cute.
still waiting for a text from my crush.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
I hear that, brother.
Where you at?
He wants to send her an emoji, and he starts to select Gene as he's in the cube. However, he panics and he is uncertain as to what face to make, and he causes Alex to send a weird emoji to Addie. Gene then latches onto the scanner and causes destruction to the cube. Gene is called to Smiler's office. She tells Gene that because of the mishap, he has a malfunction and must be deleted to prevent anything else happening to the phone. She sends her AV bots after him, but Gene runs into the lounge for popular emojis. The bots find him there and start to cause chaos, but Gene is helped by formerly popular emoji High Five, voice of James Corden, to avoid detection.
There he is.
There he is. Our comedic relief of the movie. Which, I mean, some would argue, they don't have to, but some would argue that is why the movie was bad. Some other people would argue that all of it was. And his name is Jarvis. High Five brings Gene to the loser lounge, where Gene that never get used to hang out. Good writing here for the official synopsis. Gene tells High Five about his dilemma, to which High Five proposes that they find a hacker named Jailbreak. My brain is losing brain cells as I'm reading this. To reprogram Gene to be a regular emoji so that he won't get deleted. Is this ringing bells so far? The two of them sneak out of the lounge so that the bots won't see them, and they flee Textopolis.
As one does.
Nell and Mary realize Gene is missing, so they go searching for him. One of the bots sees them leaving, which Smiler can see through a surveillance camera. She sends more bots to go find Gene. As you do, you know? As you do. Gene and High Five explore some other apps in the phone, including Facebook.
Oh.
They reach a piracy app.
I think it's
where
meta.
they hope to...
It's meta these days.
Yeah. This movie's showing its age.
Yeah.
They reach a piracy app, which they hope to find Jailbreak. It appears to be a bar for sorts of trolls, viruses, and spam bots, including Rachel Ray, who voices the spam bot, which is kind of crazy. Because it has like layers to it. You get the joke. The joke is that spam is a type of email that like you don't want to look at. Spam's also a type of food, and Rachel Ray was a chef on the Food Network. So that's a cool little thing for you there.
So many
layers
and layers.
so many layers to these jokes here.
I mean, no wonder he worked on Shrek. Speaking about onions and layers, man. This movie
Ogres have layers,
spades.
and this movie is a brutish ogre. The two find Jailbreak, who isn't interested.
It stinks to high heaven like an ogre.
Yeah, true.
It's pretty.
So they find Jailbreak, who does not want to help them until she sees that Jean makes multiple faces, which is cool.
So cool.
Smiler's bots then enter and start causing trouble by deleting the patrons and forcing the other three to run. So this G-rated kids movie has death in it, but it's okay because it's robots and emotions.
We just call it getting deleted.
We do like deleting emotions. Yeah. Jailbreak proposes that they go to the phone's Dropbox app because it's safe and secure and encrypted, as you should have for all of your files, so that they can live on the cloud. The cloud being all caps. They first passed through Candy Crush, which paid a massive amount of money to be in this movie for sure, where Gene gets stuck inside the game because you got to match 3 and there's only 1.
Yeah.
Duh.
The
other two
match
match the candies to the same color until they're able to free Gene, which is a good apt description for how to play the game.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play Candy Crush, download now. However, is this bit hitting, or do I look foolish? Is this a good bit? Half and half. All right, I'll take it. However, their actions in the game cause the sound effects to play where Alex is trying to ask Addie to the school dance, causing him to look weird in front of her.
I don't think he needed that app to look weird in front of her.
To be fair, I think anybody who has the Candy Crush app under the age of 75 is weird.
Yeah.
The trio then go to the Just Dance app.
As I delete it off my phone right now.
Yeah, right. They go to the Just Dance app where they spend 25 minutes of this movie. I'm not kidding. 25 minutes of this movie.
How many minutes?
25. Where
and
they
how many minutes
where
of the
they
movie?
dance
How long is the
in
movie?
sync. An hour and a half.
And so
a
how many
third
minutes?
of this movie. A third of this movie is in the Just Dance app. I kid you not. To be honest, it's been a while, but I did sit there and time it. So I might be off by a little bit, but it's a substantial amount of money.
Substantial.
Amount of time, sorry, and money, I guess. Time is money in this case. So they dance in sync with the game if they want to proceed, or else they will fall to their doom, like Squid Game. You watch Squid Game?
You know what?
It's like Squid Game.
I don't have Netflix. Believe it or not. Yeah, I know.
You'd love Squid Game.
I know, because it's Korean.
Yep, that's the only reason.
Just like I am.
The only reason you'd like it. Jean helps Jailbreak find her groove. And that's how Jailbreak got her groove back. In the process, that was that's a, like, Stella. Anyways.
Oh, I was thinking Emperor's New Groove, trying to get his groove back.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, that's fine.
We need to do that movie.
In the process, her hat flies off to reveal that Jailbreak is actually a princess emoji.
Oh my goodness, the big reveal. Shocked emoji.
Shocked emoji.
Shocked Pikachu face meme.
Emoji. This causes the app to make noises during Alex's class, which embarrasses him.
On our face for the ones that we're supposed to be feeling.
Awful. So he deletes the Just Dance app, as you should. And they run to the exit, and the box are destroyed, and High Five pulled into the trash.
To delete the app, you would have to assume that you have it on your phone already.
That's true.
So I guess
I
just
feel
don't download
like
it in the first place.
I feel like if you have an app on your phone that was shown in the Emoji Movie, you're part of the problem.
I mean, I don't think that's something that's debatable. I think that's
that's just a abject fact.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You're perpetuating the problem, not solving it.
Having enough of his phone screw-ups, Alex sets an appointment for the next day to have his phone wiped clean. The top emojis catch wind of this news, and Smiler sends an upgraded bot to go after Gene. So really, apparently, this is all just a ploy for Big Apple to show that everything that's on your phone is safe and secure on your phone and not actually being fed to the Chinese government.
Yeah, I worry about that on a daily basis. After watching the movie, I was...
As you should after watching the Emoji Movie.
Yeah, it's opened my eyes in so many different ways and areas of my life.
It's actually, so the big secret, I'm saying it right now, guys, the big secret is that this movie turned everybody who watched it into a sleeper agent. Congratulations, you are now a KGB agent.
My gosh.
KGB. So High Five is lamenting his fate in the trash with the rest of the deleted characters. And he finds an email that Alex meant to send to Addie proclaiming his feelings for her, which include his use of High Five, but Alex never sent it. Gene then comes down on a rope to save High Five and pull him out, because these plot points really make sense. Mel and Mary have an argument. I'm going to end that sentence like that, even though there's like another half to the sentence. They separate and find out that each other in Alex's Paris... Hello? This is unnecessary. Anyways, next paragraph. On their way to Dropbox, the trio are found by an upgraded bot. They manage to lose it and hit the firewall that blocks the Dropbox because it's an encrypted app, safe and secure for your files. You can't just get in. Because
it's so secure.
They try to find the password, but Gene keeps answering and getting burned with each answer that he answers wrongly. High Five mentions the... I'm losing...
You're glitching, bro.
My brain cells are... I'm like two left.
Deteriorating.
My brain dead.
At an astonishing
brain gone. High Five mentions the email to Addie and revealing that her name is Alex's password, which is weird for a middle schooler to have his crush's name as the password.
That's
to all
very
of his
weird.
things.
Yeah. That's...
The trio enter the Dropbox, but before Gene can be reprogrammed, he realizes he has feelings for Jailbreak. That's so cute.
What kind of feelings?
Anyways, next paragraph. Gene is brought back to the tech center just as Alex makes it to his appointment. Smiler prepares to have Gene delete it. I guess I should go back a little bit. What he learns is that being himself is important. Anyways. He gets back. I'm just going to paraphrase at this point. This is so much.
Yeah.
Jailbreak bursts through the ceiling, shuts off the robots that are trying to kill Gene, and the bot falls on top of Smiler, and then Alex's phone is plugged in, but everything on the phone starts to get wiped, and Gene enters the cube as Jailbreak scans him and sends multiple expressions at the same time to get Alex's attention. And all of the faces represent Alex's feelings to Addie.
Aww.
And Alex sends Addie the text, and she likes it.
And
she tells Alex she'll go to the dance with him.
Oh my gosh.
And then Alex unplugs his phone, and the emojis are all safe.
Yay.
The emojis all see Gene as a hero. And then it becomes the first multi-faced emoji, which is what we call a GIF. And what some people call a GIF.
Weird people.
Yeah, people who watch the Emoji Movie.
Got that right.
And then all the emojis have a dance party.
Wow. Thanks for watching that movie with us.
Did that make sense to you? Because it did to me. The movie's about being yourself and using your crush's name as passwords.
I was getting wartime flashbacks to you. I was like,
my brain was also like, no, please, I don't want to remember it.
Waking up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night for this stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
No, actually, I think it was more of like...
No, she is the princess emoji.
I think I was just like, my brain was glazing over and slowly shutting down.
20 minutes in the drop in the
standby mode. Yeah.
It's crazy.
25 minutes. That's a lot of time. That's more time.
That's a lot of time.
That's almost as much as you've been with us on the video so far.
Yeah, that's true.
So basically, why? Why, I guess, is the question for this movie. And like,
yeah, why? Why does this movie exist?
Well,
what's its purpose?
I guess for me personally, to you, why are we talking about this movie?
Oh, so we want to get into it, right?
I mean,
so
okay. Let's. So, can we say some good things about the movie? What can we say good about the movie?
That when you were done watching it, it was over.
Okay. That's one pro.
Before you started it, you were a happier person.
Okay, that is also true, but
it's definitively one of the movies that exists.
It is a movie that is out there.
Oh, here's an actual good one. some people got to be paid to make this movie, which benefited their lives and their families.
Yes.
Which is good. That's a really good thing.
Some people got to benefit off the movie, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were recipients of any benefits of it, but...
And this is where I reveal to you the thing I've been hinting at the entire time. You did benefit.
Is this what this movie is about?
No. This movie's a garbage movie about being yourself, and that's what this movie's about.
And it's just an obvious, like... It felt like Snakes on a Plane. Like, let's just make a movie...
For the purpose of making one?
It won't, like, we need work, so let's just make a movie that we can act in, and let's make as much money as we can make off of it, because we need paychecks.
Maybe, or...
I don't know.
Let me set the scene for you. It's 2017.
Okay.
It's actually 2016-ish.
2016.
Early 2016, late 2015-ish.
Man, you know what? Back in those days. Sheesh.
And you are a Sony executive.
Man, I wish.
Being proposed a new movie
in here.
That's a really good idea for a movie, really high budget. This is a very popular thing that happens in Hollywood very often. Yeah, get out of here. This is an Emoji Movie fan right here. It's a gnat in the room. I don't know what it's doing in here. But a common thing that happens in the industry is that when you want to make a movie, and you do not have the funding to do so currently, you make a trash movie that won't make a lot of money that people will go see because it's familiar. It looks similar. Spielberg's been riding that train for a long time. He makes like 2 movies a year, one cash grabby blockbustery type movie that can be good. There are some really good ones that he makes that are not garbage, but are like they're not meant to be groundbreaking. Yeah, they're to test new ideas. They're to be fun, to make a lot of money, so that he can go on and do like a passion project type movie that may not get a lot of views, may not get a lot of acclaim, but what he wants to make, and they usually end up being the movies that end up going to the Academy Awards or whatever. That's it's a very common thing, and people who are not Steven Spielberg who can't just pull that off do it in lesser extents. That's why we get sequels. That's why we get popular IPs. That's what basically the entire Marvel franchise is based off of is familiar IPs being used to make money so that you can use that money to make bigger, possibly less revenue generating passion projects. I propose to you that the Emoji Movie was one of those cash grabby movies for the purpose of making a better movie.
Okay.
And if we look at the timeline, I'm going to set it all up for you.
Okay.
Movie made about $150 million. The movie came out in 2017. Let me pull up. Hold on. Suspense. Don't say anything, Jarvis. Get the camera on his reaction. I have to scroll. Hold on. I have to scroll.
Okay. Scrolling. All right. Big reveal.
Follow me.
Okay.
You see that budget?
Yeah. Okay. You guys won't ever know this information. This is just for us. Ah, yes. Interesting.
So I'm sure if you're a full-time movie fan of the podcast,
as we are,
fan of movies,
yep,
you saw the 2018 Sony Pictures animated hit movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh my gosh, one of the best Spider-Man movies ever.
A $90 million budget movie.
Yeah.
Came out a year after the Emoji Movie did from the same studio.
Yeah. So you're saying they use the profits from the Emoji Movie to make Into the Spider-Verse?
I am saying that they use the profits of the Emoji Movie to make one of the best animated movies ever. Yeah. Bar none.
For sure.
Terrible, rushed, cash grab movie to funnel it into higher budget, better quality,
much better
Fantastic
margins.
movie.
How much money did Into the Spider-Verse make?
Let's look, shall we?
Because when it comes to Spider-Man, for me, guys, this little side tangent. Spider-Man is one of my favorite Marvel characters ever, and I've watched almost all the Spider-Man movies. I think all the Spider-Man movies that they've made, and in my opinion, if the Spider-Verse movies from Sony, if the third movie sticks the landing, it may be the best trilogy of Spider-Man movies ever made.
Oh, for sure.
So
$400 million.
It made $400 million,
which means it net $300 million,
which is much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
But when you don't have the capital and you don't know if it's going to work, obviously you want to inject some money into a project that you aren't sure about.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew at the time. Because the last time Sony made a Spider-Man movie, they couldn't get greenlit for another one because it didn't profit enough. So, of course, going into another Spider-Man movie, they were like, okay, well, Marvel's doing okay with Spider-Man right now, but we aren't.
Yeah, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, I think, have done really well. Mm-hmm. But that's because Marvel's mitts are all over it.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you look at all the IP from Marvel that were done by other studios that weren't Marvel, I mean, there's some good movies in there, but they're few and far between. Marvel touching, being a huge part of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies is, I think, one of the reasons why they're so good. And to this day, No Way Home is probably one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time.
Besides Into the Spider-Verse.
Correct. Well, I said Marvel.
Marvel
movies.
Yeah. Well, it is Marvel. Spider-Man is still
Marvel IP, but yeah, I mean
Marvel Studios.
Yeah, made by Marvel Studios. Correct. Yeah, from Iron Man to whatever Marvel movie we're on these days. in that filmography, No Way Home is one of my favorite. Marvel movies.
So all this to say.
Yeah, all this to say.
I don't believe we would have Into the Spider-Verse if the Emoji Movie hadn't happened.
I mean, yes. I would like to live in a world where we still get the Into the Spider-Verse movies without the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
But if you're saying that's impossible, then I guess necessary evils do bring out some good things occasionally.
Now I'll ask, does it make you love the Emoji Movie more?
Oh, man. I'm going to have to say it doesn't make me love the Emoji Movie anymore. It does give me a little bit more appreciation for it. If those facts are indeed true,
take those wins.
Yeah, then yes, I will endure the existence of the Emoji Movie to bask in the glory of Into the Spider-Verse movie. So yes. That
being said, I directly, with my money, contributed to the making of Into the Spider-Verse. You are just a poor sucker that had to watch the movie for this podcast.
Technically late. I mean, I did have to rent it and pay money to watch it. So, yeah, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. In fact, I'm gonna ask you to reimburse me that after the episode. So,
I can just give you a DVD copy. That's fine, right? I'll order one for you.
No, please don't.
You can have a little collection of DVDs of all of the movies that we've reviewed.
I have a lot of them.
Do you have this one?
I do not.
You will.
Okay.
I mean, that's all I had. We started off this third bit here with my big reveal at the end. Hopefully, it was as climactic as I led it up to be.
So when it comes down to, yes, there's an appreciation because the Spider-Verse movies are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh, man, you're actually making me want to go watch it today before Sunday turns into Monday. Yeah, absolutely,
but
man.
There's also like an appreciation that needs to be made for these garbage movies in the first place because that's what they're there for. They're to help fund better projects.
Okay.
I think there's probably a better way around it, if I'm being honest. But I mean, if it works, it works.
Yeah, but you know what you could say though is they've spent more time in care in making a good movie. They can make more money off of one movie, and use even more money to make more better movies.
Yeah.
Instead of crappy movies to fund better movies. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not everybody wants to go to the movies to watch a tearjerker.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody wants to go into a movie and turn their brain off.
I feel like my brain is turned off by this movie.
Entertainment as a whole is a form of escapism.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about everything as a whole. And let me tell you, something that'll always make somebody feel good about their life is how bad a movie can be. They go, man, how are these people making it? And I'm not. And that's motivation, baby. That's how we get going.
Isn't that what keeps you? Isn't that what you said keeps you motivated? It's like, if they're making these movies, I can do it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That is actually a part of motivation in general. So if you look at other people and you go, they spent how much on that?
That made it?
How much for Madam Web?
That got green. Oh my gosh. Was it Morbius number 2? Morbius part 2?
It's Morbid time.
Sony, dude, you guys got to get your act together when it comes to your Spider-Man.
I also think that hot take. That's not actually a hot take. Those are also cash grab movies.
Yeah.
They're like Venom, Morbius.
They need to make those movies good.
Madam Web.
Guys,
they don't need to. They make money off of them. Let me look. I'll look right now. And we'll see how much. Which one do you want? Take your pick. You want Venom? You want...
I guarantee you there's a lot of talk within the halls of Sony that Craven and some of these other ones that they're going to make they're very nervous about them after the way that Morbius and
$75 million budget, and it's made $100 million more than that.
For what?
Morbius.
Did you watch Morbius?
No.
We're going to watch that one next. I'm going to make you watch it.
Oh no, we were going to do Marvel, but now we're going to go down the Sony universe.
No. Yeah, I feel like I want to talk about Spider-Man.
All this movie makes you want to do is talk about better movies.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I agree that there's a lot of movies. But okay, so I'll take this back. I'll take this back to Game Night. I feel like that's a movie that's a turn your brain off movie. Just laugh at the funny things that are happening and don't even think about too much about the story.
I'd have to go in and look and see if that was made specifically for the purpose of trying to fund a different movie, or if that was just whatever.
I think that like just comedy movies like that are just they're going. The thing about comedy is that it's so subjective to individuals. Like you find something like it may be funny to one person, not funny to another. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why comedy is hard to reach a broad audience, and that's why I think there are fewer and fewer like comedy movies being made. Which is why I love Jason Bateman, because he does those types of things. He does Game Night. He did what's the identity theft movie with what's her name?
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy. Like that one, it's a comedy. Like he does those types of things, and that's what it's a genre that's very, I would say, is dying. You disagree?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Comedies?
I will say that's been a thing with movies since like they've become mainstream, like way back in like the 1930s, is that comedies were still very subjective, and so they'd have what were titled screwball comedies. And screwball comedies are the type where like they'll just throw any kind of joke at the wall and see what sticks, so that everybody can have something to laugh at.
What would you call the Emoji Movie?
Bad.
Would you consider it a comedy?
I would not call the Emoji Movie. I don't want it to pick up.
Why do you so this is a personal question between me and you, forget the cameras. Mm-hmm. Why do you insist on inflicting the Emoji Movie onto as many people as possible?
You want a silly answer, or you want like serious real answer?
I'll take any answer.
No pain, no gain, baby.
Is it
no pain, no gain?
Is it like
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you know?
So is it like having COVID and sneezing on somebody, you're just like, hey, if I got it, you got to deal with it too? Yeah,
I mean, like Darwinism is statistically a good way to manage society, you know?
Yeah, I've been in ornery, moods where I'm just like, you know what? I had to see this, so you have to see this now too.
Yeah. The reasonable answer I want to give you is I think that it's important for people to understand the difference between objective and subjective good.
Yeah.
And when you can unite against something properly, like the Emoji Movie,
Yeah.
you can go, okay, this is not objectively bad, or it's not subjectively bad, it's objectively bad. There's like no good storytelling happening here.
Yeah.
Somebody might go, oh, hey, I really enjoyed it with my kid because my kid really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But they're not talking about like the fact that the movie was good. They're talking about that they had a good time watching the movie, you know?
That's dude, you know what? Isn't that how we felt? Because we all watched this movie together about the Marvels, which was a box office flop.
Yeah, and it was a fun movie. It wasn't good.
Yeah,
I had a good time, though.
But we had a good time.
Yeah, I had a good time. And I think that's, as of right now for Marvel, that's a good thing. If you can have a good time with the movie.
That's a whole, dude. I think we should have like a whole conversation about like Marvel State of Maine, because to be honest with you, even some of the Marvel TV shows, they got bad receptions. Like She-Hulk. Dude, I had a good time. I thought it was funny. It was so different.
Agatha's.
That was not out yet.
What is that? Well, people are already saying that it's not great.
Man,
but yeah, to go back to why I want to inflict the Emoji Movie onto as many people as possible. Everybody has their own taste and their own likes for movies, and that's fine. There's no problem if you look at me tomorrow and you go, I really like the Emoji Movie. Like, good for you. Like, I'm glad that somebody enjoyed it. That's crazy. But there's sometimes untold stories within like the cultural significance of things, and what it does for people. And so when and people do this with like other people too, where you see something that's objectively bad and you write it off entirely, not understanding the context or the importance of it where it stands, you know. And so it's as much as I am a proponent of making good stories and making good movies, I'm also a big proponent of watching bad ones and understanding why they're bad. It's like every movie got made for a reason. What's the reason? It's the same thing with The Room. The Room is not a good movie. You didn't even watch it because you couldn't figure out how.
Yeah.
But you saw the making of it, and it was made for the purpose of Tommy Wiseau going, we don't need other people to tell us how to make things. If we want to be a part of this, we can do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's also beautiful, you know? Sometimes I feel like the story behind the story is the better story. And that's the case with the Emoji Movie, is that it's a shitty cash grab of a movie, but it turned into better things that we wouldn't have had if it didn't exist.
Fair enough.
So I'm here today to tell you all about the cultural significance of bad movies. And I always will be. I'll always be that person. Bad movies are important.
Whether you like it or not, he's going to be that person.
So I'm going to change it to, you should watch this movie. You should watch this movie because it'll make you feel bad, and then you'll feel bad for a while, and then it'll spur you into action.
My take is, if you feel like you want to give the Emoji Movie a shot, just go rewatch Wreck-It Ralph, and then you'll feel much better.
Watch them on two TVs at the same time.
Yeah, do a side-by-side comparison.
But mute the Emoji Movie and just watch Wreck-It Ralph. Maybe get like ice cream or something too. Like, make it a good time for yourself.
Yeah, make it a good time. Man, I don't know. I feel like that's enough time to give to the Emoji Movie.
Okay.
How do you feel? You got a few more things to say about it?
No.
Okay.
Hey guys, if you liked watching this movie, I mean, shit. If you like watching this podcast,
that's an outtake. Then like and subscribe and do the other things.
And if you want to comment about the video, you can comment down in the comments.
Yeah, and like if you have any movies that you would like us to watch, and we understand that you might be inflicting some pain on us depending on what you request. We've received a request and we're going to do it. Crazy Rich Asians, shout out to I don't remember your name, but I remember your comment. We're going to do that.
If you want us watch movie, then comment for movie we watch want like.
Yes. What he said. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. This was, and always will be, full-time movie fans.
Make it a great day, or not. The choice is yours.
Like, subscribe, share. And guys, as always, we hope your day is everything you dreamed it'd be and more.
Keep on gening. Hey, full-time MFers. You like this video? We sure did. If you liked it, maybe you should share it with your friends. Maybe like the video and subscribe.
If we were you, that's what we would do. I mean, if I was watching this,
I'd be all over that.
Like, and I'd hit that share, and then I would hit that subscribe in that order.
Yeah. There's also another video that's popped up. YouTube thinks you like this one, so you should watch that one now.
See you next time.